Good morning. Another long hiatus between videos. I think as I explained, I'm selling my house at the minute, so I'm also looking for somewhere new to live. So I don't really have an awful lot of time with childcare. But this weekend I've got a free weekend coming up, so I'm planning on doing some stuff on the bike. So we'll have some content. The first thing I need to do is, if you remember back to my previous videos, doing the valves tappets, and a couple of my covers got gnarled up. They got stuck in the head, but so I've got some replacements now. And I've got replacement O-rings, so I'll be able to dim them up. Check the points and the timing. I'll do a video about, okay, I haven't got a strobe light, so I'm going to use just a simple test light. I don't know if anyone have used one of these, but you might find it useful, how you put one of these together, how you make one, and how you can use it to test your timing on a motorbike. So I'll do a video on that. And then it's going to be spraying. My tank and side panels have been sitting there waiting with grey primer on for weeks, waiting for the paint. So I've just needed, because I don't have a spray booth or anything, just waiting for the weather to improve so I can get the bike out of the shed, construct a kind of igloo in the shed, and do my spraying in there. I've got all the paint just waiting to go. But we'll see how it goes this weekend anyway. I don't want to rush, don't want to put too much pressure on myself, but it'd be nice if we can get something done. The reason I'm making this video is a couple of things. Firstly, I saw yesterday some figures that motorcycle accidents, fatalities have increased over the past 12 months by 9%, which is quite significant, really. Particularly significant considering how few people ride motorbikes nowadays, and that might be a kind of a contributory factor. I don't know the details behind the figures, but it was the Department of Transport that released them. So a 9% increase in 12 months. And anecdotally as well, I've seen, because I'm on kind of social media, certain motorbike related kind of things, I very rarely engage in them apart from the technical kind of forums, but I observe, if you see what I mean. And I became conscious myself recently that the number of reports of motorcyclists being killed seems to be on the increase. It seems every couple of days there's a news report like motorcyclist killed on the A blah blah blah, motorcyclist killed in a collision with blah blah blah. Every couple of days there's one of these things, and it's strange really, because you think, but there are even fewer motorbikes on the road now. So why are the kind of accident rates increasing? Without knowing the details, and so I'm just literally surmising myself. I wonder if a factor is the fact that there are so few motorbikes on the road, so therefore car drivers, other vehicle users are less used to seeing them, and as a consequence they don't see them, because as you know, most kind of accidents involving motorbikes generally happen at junctions, or generally happen when one vehicle is changing lanes into another and they simply don't see the bike. And it's strange, people just literally do not see them. I'm very lucky, I've not had many incidents like this, to kind of touch wood, but I do remember once being pulled up at a a junction on Ullet Road in Liverpool. Very, very simple, relatively quiet road. And I was at the giveaways waiting to pull onto onto the road. I was turning right actually, and my left foot was on the floor. And next thing I know, is a car is right next to me at the giveaways, with the front tire on my foot. Luckily, I had motorbike boots on, so they protected me. But I couldn't move my foot. I was knocking on the woman's window, saying, "You're on my foot. You're on my foot." Oh, I didn't see you. Like so, right next to me. Like so, I didn't see you. But yeah. But that back to the accident thing. I wonder. So I think the fact that there are a few of us on the road now, that is a contributory factor. I also think that those people who are riding are older riders, and I think that's a contributory factor as well. You know, no matter how you try and kind of kid yourself, I notice myself, my reactions aren't as quick as they used to be. In terms of processing the information from the road, I'm not as good as doing that as I used to be. So that's why, like I said, I think naturally over the years I've kind of toned my motorcycling down. I used to be a big sport bike fan. I always rode sports bikes, couldn't do it now. Partially the riding position, the fact that you are potentially in a situation where you've got to process a lot of information really quickly. And with the volume of traffic, I don't think it's particularly safe. So I confine my riding to kind of quiet periods of the day on bikes that aren't sports bikes, if you see what I mean. And on the subject of older riders, I caught I have to say I don't watch them. I've got my own internal biases, like sort of, and YouTube channels, motorbike YouTube channels run by ex-policemen, are something I'm naturally, I'm averse to. I don't like them, for many reasons, and there was one particular. I don't like naming, unless I'm giving a shout out. The kids call it, in support of a channel. I don't particularly like naming them, but I'm sure you'll see them, and they all seem to be Yorkshiremen as well, like those boomers, like those reactionary. And the thing is, this one particular guy apparently suffered a drop in subscribers suddenly, and he was wondering, well, like I say, is it because I'm being cancelled? Yeah, being cancelled, because a lot of his content is about moaning about like sort of how bad things are nowadays and how everyone's being cancelled. And I think, being cancelled, these people who claim to be getting cancelled all the time, I'm falling over them. They're like, you can't move for people who say they're being cancelled. They're just bloody moaning our men. And I'm being cancelled my arse. And this guy says talking truth to power, but he's not saying what the truth is, and he's not saying who the power is. And this is all in relation to motorbikes. Basically, he's an old man who's bemoaning the loss of his youth, and he's jealous of younger people. And as a consequence, he's kind of bitching on his motorbike channel. And you look at the comments, and all you see is old men agreeing with him, bitching about younger people and how they're being cancelled. Cancelled? cancelled my arse. They're all over the bloody place shouting and whinging. Titty babies. That's the term I like now, actually. Titty babies. That's all they are. Bloody titty babies. Yeah. So yeah. To that guy. God. And the other one. You probably know who I mean. Just the same. Yeah. No one's out to cancel you. Just because you've got, like, sort of reactionary right-wing views doesn't mean you're being cancelled. If you look down your comments, you'll see there's lots of older men who share those reactionary right-wing views as well. And that's probably the reason we're in a perilous state, because of the decisions that generation has made. But yeah, anyway, so enough of that anyway. So I just wanted to bring that up, and hopefully I'll be able to post some more content at the weekend. I have been cutting my hair, but it grows too fast. Like I don't know what's happening. I'm having a growth spurt with fingernails, toenails, and hair. Like this, I can't get it. It's growing like, what's the name? I shaved it. I trimmed my hair the other week with clippers. It was back again. Hair growing out my nose, my ears, every bloody orifice. Okay, see you soon anyway. Bye bye.